Good morning from Asheville, North Carolina. I'm Liv with NeuroStitches, and NeuroStitches is an online community that connects neurodivergent folks through fiber arts. So if you like to talk all things neurodiversity and fiber arts, click that like and subscribe button. So grab a cup of coffee and your latest whip and let's stitch together while I talk to you about my progress on the Vita Lifestyle Advent and Yorkshire Crochet Along blanket. This is the first year that I have ever done an Advent ever. Yarn Advent, any Advent. I think I had a few teachers in elementary school who did them for the whole class, where we did them as a class. But other than that, I have never done an Advent before. And it's particularly because I'm ADHD, which means autistic and ADHD. So generally speaking, I don't like surprises. But I've always missed out on like the shared experience around Advents. Like I always love watching fellow creators open their Advents, and just I've wanted to be part of that shared experience. So this year I decided to find a way that it would work for me, and that way I could participate as well. So how I made it more accessible for me is that I decided to take this thing that's a big surprise every day and turn it into like a daily routine and ritual. A lot of autistic people like myself like predictability and routines. And so what I do every single day is I will open up a yarn Advent little box of mini skein of yarn. I'll wind the yarn, pick out a granny square from my pattern that I'm following, and crochet that square. And then if I have squares built up over time, I join them using the crochet join as you go method. The method that I'm using is Hooked by Robin. I'll link that in the description below. It's awesome. It's my favorite way to join granny squares. I decided to go with the Yorkshire Crochet Along blanket pattern by Mima Makes, and it is a wonderful pattern. I highly recommend it. It is so thorough. There are video tutorials for every square. There's stitch guides, stitch definitions. They even have a left-handed version of the videos if you're left-handed, which is amazing. And it's a fantastic pattern. If you're wanting to expand your crochet skills and try new stitches, this is definitely the pattern to do that. It's amazing. Very thorough, very detailed. I can't say enough good things about it. There's 12 different squares that you make 2 squares of each, giving you 24 granny squares. So I'm not doing the squares in the order that the pattern has them. I'm basically looking at a colorway and then deciding, would this colorway look the best in? What pattern would it look the best in? The only other thing that I'm not following for the pattern is the joining method. How it was laid out is you did all the granny squares first, and then the last part of the crochet along was joining them together and doing the border. And I wanted to kind of have my blanket either done or nearly done by Christmas this year. So, because it would help keep me accountable and on deadlines. There's the ADHD part, the deadlines. And so that's why I decided to do the crochet join as you go method by Hooked by Robin. So here's my progress so far. We're halfway, so there's 12 squares here. So this color here was day 1. And I've actually been going in the same, I'm keeping the colors in the order that the dyer, Vita Lifestyle, has us opening them in. I thought I might change up the color order, but I was like, let me leave it to the professional. If it's good enough for the yarn dyer, it's good enough for me. So, basically, it's following the order by doing like an S follow. So day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, and it just goes like that. So that's the order that I've decided to keep them in. One thing, I wish this didn't work out this way. I wish I would have thought ahead a little bit more, but you'll notice that this square and this square are both the waterfall square from the Yorkshire Crochet Along blanket. And that's not ideal for me. I would like for it to be dispersed a little bit better. But you know what? In the age of AI and stuff, I'm actually savoring having a few human errors in my handmade crafts. So I like it. And it's also a really great textured square. So if you have like sensory seeking needs and stuff, it's a really great square because there's baubles that are popped out. So it's really cool. But other than that, I am extremely happy with everything and how the join is going so far. And here's where I'm leaving off. So I'm ready to attach the next square. And you can actually see I'm using one of the stitch markers that came with the Vita Lifestyle Advent there. So it's a cute little Christmas tree just to hold my working loop. So I am very excited and very proud of the work so far. So in my house, December is a big month for us. Both my birthday and my husband's birthday are in December. So I did get a few days behind on the daily colorway reveal. So we're gonna do 3 days in one right now. So the last colorway that I opened was for December 13th, and it was the Cafe Vita colorway. And here's the square. The square that I did is called Windy Moors. So it's drying right now on the blocking mats, and I'll add that to my blanket. So let's jump right back in and do day 14 of the Vita Lifestyle Advent. Oh my God, pink. Yes, I am so glad. Yes. Okay. Yes, I love this. It's a great transition from the previous colorways. And also, I love pink, if you couldn't tell. Love pink. It's a beautiful hot pink, white, and that like champagne gold that we've seen in the previous colorways like Foxy's Footprints and Cafe Vita. So I am so excited about this. And whoever thinks that pink is not a traditional Christmas color, I got news for you. It is a shade of red. So to me, it is a traditional Christmas color. So I love it. And I was expecting there to be some pink in this. So I'm very excited that we've gotten to the pink finally. Day 15. Okay. We've got a solid brown or a tonal brown, which I have the perfect square for this, I think. I'm going to do Walk in the Woods. So I also really like pink and brown together. So these work well. I'm excited about that. Although I love pink with everything, so. Day 16. Ooh. Yes! Oh my gosh, I love this. Oh my gosh. Okay. We've got like a minty green, hints of light pink, and of course the brown and like the champagne gold. I love this so much. It really, I love the like retro pink and green Christmas decorations. I absolutely love those. So that's what this kind of reminds me of. This is gorgeous. Oh, I cannot wait to crochet these up. So now that we have all three and we're caught up, let's look at the colorway names. So 14. This one is called Mom and Pop Shop, which I love, especially living in Asheville. We have so many mom and pop shops, so I love that. It's one of my favorite things about Asheville. Okay, number 15, appropriately named Gingerbread Lane. That is very fitting. Okay, 16, today's colorway, Merry Mint Cocoa. I just got that. Merriment. I wonder if that's what she was going for. So now that we are all caught up, let's wind these little mini skeins into cakes, and I'll take you along on my daily ritual for these.
Merry Christmas, baby. Reindeer's coming out to play. Santa Claus is packing the presents, making sure you've been behaving okay. Merry Christmas, honey. Yeah. The snowman's dusting off his hat, on the show for everybody, to give them a smile that lasts another year. There's something that happens.
I just realized that in my excitement about the pink colorway, I completely forgot to take a color accurate photo of it in mini skein form like I do every day. So today's colorway reveal post will be in cake form. Or cupcake form. So now we're going to take this little cake and we're going to make a granny square from the Yorkshire Crochet Long Blanket. So let's get started. So as you can see here, we have all the essentials, including 2 out of my 5 fur babies, Ghost and Stella. The reason that these 2 are in a lot of my photos and stuff and the others aren't, it's because these 2 are definitely the clingiest. Ghost is always within like 5 feet of me. Usually, I would say 90% of the day, he is within 5 feet of me. He is like my Velcro cat. And Stella switches between me and my husband, who's in his office. So she'll switch it up between the 2 of us, but yeah, so that's why they are always in my photos and stuff. It's not because the other ones aren't around. They are. It's just they're a little bit more independent. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I have my little cake, my crochet hook, and then my blanket. But I won't be joining this square after I get done with it immediately. I won't join it right away. I will first block it, and then once it's dry, I will add it. And if you've never blocked your granny squares before, it's a pain. It's an extra step, and my ADHD brain hates the extra step, but it's so worth it because it gets your squares in the correct dimensions so they're even, and it opens up the stitches to make it a lot easier to join. This pattern is designed to where you won't use up all of your mini skein. Maybe like the average amount of yarn I have left over is between 9 and 6 grams. So it's nice because I make sure to leave a very long tail because it makes hiding the tail a lot easier and weaving in your ends a lot easier. So it's nice because you don't have like the yarn chicken anxiety. So I like that about this pattern. But I also need to decide what I'm going to do with the scraps left over. I'm not sure. If you have any ideas, let me know.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly. La 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly. La 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 la. Don we now our gay apparel. La 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 la. Troll the ancient Yuletide carol.
Elf is my favorite Christmas movie, like by far. I think it is such a great movie. It's hilarious and it's wholesome, and Will Ferrell is amazing in it because he is so earnest. Like, you fully believe that he believes these things. Like, I just love Elf. I've seen it so many times and it never gets old. I watch it multiple times every year during the Christmas holiday season. One underrated Christmas movie that I do love is it's called The Family Stone. The Family Stone is funny, but it also is really good at showing like family dynamics at play and stuff. And I also like it because it's about finding the right person for you. Like Dermot Mulroney and Sarah Jessica Parker, they are similar in that they have the same interests and everything. They are one of those couples that look good on paper, but there's just something there that doesn't work right with them. And I also love this movie because it reminds me a lot of like my relationship with my husband. I'm ADHD and he is neurotypical, but he's extremely laid back, and so we balance each other very well. And I think that that is really important to find with your person. But I also have a soft spot for The Family Stone because it's also about like a mother and her relationship with her children and stuff. And I lost my mom when I was a senior in high school, so it has like a special spot for me. But it's a really good movie. I think you should give it a shot. Be prepared to cry though. Like bring your Kleenex boxes. It's a good cry though. So it's a really good one. A lot different vibe from Elf, but it's a really good movie. All right. Progress so far. I love this pink. So one question that I have got is, do I think I will do this every year? Where I've made it into a routine and I'm making something throughout the month of December. And the answer, I mean, I would love to say yes, because I have actually loved what this has done for my attention span with projects. Like usually by now I would have started a new WIP. I wouldn't have abandoned this per se, but I would have started another project on top of this. And because I am the person who has like 20 WIPs and rarely a finished object. I eventually get to the finished object, but it just takes me a long time because I'm working on a lot of WIPs all at once. And so I do like that it's kept me focused and kind of also held me accountable. So I like that, and I like the deadlines and stuff. But the reality is that next Christmas, I will have a baby. So I'm due in March. And so I don't know if I will have the time every day to dedicate to doing this routine next December, especially because it will be my baby's first Christmas. So I definitely want that to take priority and just really savor those experiences. So maybe not next year, but who knows, maybe the next year again. I also absolutely will make this blanket pattern again. It has been such a great experience. The pattern, it's not confusing, it's well written. I'm obsessed with this pattern. I really, as a designer and someone who buys a lot of patterns, you cannot underestimate the quality here of being thorough and detailed and tech edited. Like, it is definitely worth it, and I will be making this blanket again. This blanket would also make a great gift for someone, like a baby blanket or something like that. It's very unique, it's beautiful. I love this blanket pattern, and I will definitely be making it again. I did start it like 2 summers ago in the DK weight version, but my attention got diverted elsewhere. And so I still have some of those squares that are, I think I only got through like 3 or 4 squares. So maybe I'll revisit that after this. So I've asked on my Instagram stories, Blue Sky, and in the YouTube description of my previous videos to send me your questions about yarn advents, and I will get the answers for you. If I don't know the answer, I will ask a yarn dyer who does do advents and gather them all in one spot. And there is no such thing as a stupid question. I'm an autistic person, so a lot of times, well, I ask a lot of questions because I'm curious and I like to know how things work or why. And a lot of people can find that challenging sometimes. So I never get upset with anyone for asking questions. And there is never anything as a dumb question. And I will keep your questions anonymous. So if you have any questions at all about yarn advents, everything from timelines versus like, do I think it's worth it? How has my experience been? That kind of thing, anything at all regarding yarn advents. What other patterns did I look at making? Anything. Send me your questions and I will gladly answer them. I will compile all of them and have a Q&A section in my next weekly video.
I can feel it in the air. It's getting colder, but yet so warm. Before we know it, it's Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve. This year, I'ma give me something special. It doesn't cost a dime, but it's precious. Hopes that I won't forget it, then I won't forgive him, no. Been thinking about you and me, another kind of chemistry. I got nothing on my Christmas list but you, but you. I love the snow and I love the scarves, the candles lighting the decade malls. But something's missing. I wonder what. This year, I'ma give me something special.
So that is it for today. I will see you next week for the weekly Vlogmas Part 3 video. And I'll see you tomorrow for my daily reveal and reaction shorts. And if you like all things fiber arts and neurodiversity, please be sure to like and subscribe. Happy holidays!